What's up, party people? This is Tarkus Jude Mossberg here from Facebook, Jude's Junk, Facebook comic book shop and YouTube channel. Also all the socials, my website, judesjunk.com. So prices are going up. And not only do I see that on the auctions, but I have a project where I'm trying to price about 4,000 9.8 graded books, 3,000 maybe 9.8 graded books, but it grows quickly. I got like 5,000 raws. I don't even mess with it anymore. But I'm in the process of pricing and sharing to all the social medias now, filling up my website with all my books so that all my graded books will be on there and the marketplace and my Facebook shop. And one of the things I've noticed in the last couple months is a lot of the books I'm putting up that might already be up, I'm finding out that the price is going up. Or the last sale was $100 or $200 over what I have it for at retail. Because a lot of people know that I sell my books to regulars and people that pay cash and give discounts. So my wholesale prices, PayPal goods and services. And I just did Wolverine Limited Series #1, after that big signing that all those, 50th anniversary authors signed it, that book tanked. I think there was a Wolverine Limited Series #1 that had 6 signatures. I think the last sale was like 600, and I was selling mine for 1,700. And I moved most of mine. I have one left, and I just went in, just saw the most recent sale was like $1,900 before tax and shipping. And so I just increased it about $300. But I'm doing that a lot lately, and if I'm doing it, I got to tell you, the dealers out there, the people that sell on eBay, they know these. You can take off if you're bored, buddy. You don't have to hang out here. As soon as you see one of these big sales reported, you just go check eBay. All the people selling on eBay have already jumped at that new news and increased their prices. What was it, Daredevil? Was it Punisher 31 with the new villain? And it just was announced this week, and I looked it up, and I think the last sale was like $70. Everything on eBay is already over 200. And so the market just responds quickly. And so if you can jump and get a good deal, someone's not paying attention, great. And I've tried to do that in the past as well. But information is flowing quick these days. And maybe a lot of people on eBay are not selling thousands of books. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they pay attention to those books closely. So previously I said prices were going up because I saw them going up on auctions where they don't report that data. And so that might be the first place that you start to see dealers, wholesalers, dealers buying wholesale. They're paying more and more for these books that they want. And those prices are not getting reported. So that's what I was talking about 6 months ago. And a lot of people are like, you're crazy. The market's still going down. And I think all the YouTubers now agree the market is going up. Prices are going up. You got Collectors Comics, you got Comic Tom, you got all the guys who buy and sell and dealers. They're saying the same thing I am, because we're all looking at the same data. You're watching auctions, even if it's reported or not, you're seeing the prices going up. You're paying attention to GPA. Who's the guy, Roy's Comics up in Montana? What's Bryce Comics? He was just saying that prices are going up, and you're seeing it quickly, because he was talking about how he's on GPA Daily. I'm on GPA Daily, just pricing books. Something comes across my table and sends me on a rabbit trail, and I go notice. I watch a Comic Tom video, and a Iceman #1 just came up. I have 2 Iceman #1 from the 80s, both newsstand, that I've been sitting on for 3 years, and it just came up on Comic Tom's top 10 list. Now, whether it was a real popular book for a real reason or not doesn't matter, but it came out in the list. Unfortunately, I think both of mine were CBCS, so they're off getting changed to a CGC label right now, but that's kind of cool. So you see a book like that come across Comic Tom's, and I rush in and I go look at, see what the new values are, and reprice it, and then I find out, wow, this book that previously was selling for $700, $800 just now sold for $1,900. I'm seeing that a lot. I saw a whole bunch of books, and I'm not going to go into particulars, but they were selling for $400, $500, $600. And then in one fell swoop, probably one buyer goes out and says, I want them. And then he paid like $1,300 each for those. And they were 3 different books. And so the market reacts to that. That's not, quote, fair market value. That could be an outlier. So which one's the outlier? The low sale 6 months ago, a year ago, or the price that someone paid today? I would say the sale a year ago is the outlier, and the new price now sets the baseline, because that guy probably was looking for a deal, and he bought it off of eBay or something, so it was reported, and I put mine up, double my prices, and someone picked it up right away. So information flows quickly. Prices are going up. So that's how I saw prices going up before, is just watching GPA sales data. GPA, she distracted me. That's my beautiful wife that tolerates my shenanigans. As long as I pay the bills and let her stay home and raise our son, she says, do whatever you want. So we were seeing prices go up on auctions. Now, when we go to reprice our books, we're seeing, in some cases, they're jumping up a lot. Like that Wolverine 1 limited series, the last sale was $600, and it just sold for $1,900 before tax and shipping, over $2,000. Now that's not surprising, because I saw Wolverine 1s, 9.8, signed by Miller alone, right before the 50th year anniversary. I saw them go for over $2,000. So people liked that book. People were willing to pay that book for those signatures. Then the 50th year party came out, and the market was flooded. And anytime there's a big signature event like the Todd books right now, really cheap. Buy them now. They're only going to go up. Just because they're flooded, there's going to be new demand. Just like the Miller books got flooded, and then the prices go down when there's a big signature event. Roy Thomas and Jerry Conway had that signature event. All the prices dropped. And then Jerry Conway dies. Now they're back up again, and So just wanted to make you aware of that I'm a buyer, I'm a dealer. There's all the other dealers out there. We're paying attention to these prices. We're repricing our books, and I can't reprice 3,000 right away, but we'll get around to it. And so don't go to someone and say, hey, will you take less? If they go look it up and see the same thing you have, and they probably have better data than you have. If you only have Go Collect, if you only have cover price, sorry, but it's not complete data. If they jump on GPA and they see the real data, they might come back and you say, no, I'm not taking less. And in fact, I'm going to raise it $500. I've done that a lot this last year. Now, my model is, if someone sees it for $500 and they say, will you take $450? I'll say, no, you can have it for $500 shipped now. Otherwise, I'm raising the price tomorrow, because I didn't get around to updating. So I'll give them for the price I have it marked at. And they usually scoff, because they're the ones that want it cheaper. And they say no, and then I raise it to $700 because somebody just sold it for $700. So the dealers are all repricing their books. It takes time. The sales data is showing any of the big keys, any of the hot books, any of the top 10 books over the last 4 or 5 years, they're all going to go up. All the top 10 books that have gone on Comic Tom's top 10 list, except for the one, he's got that list. I don't really know the difference. There's the one that's the fast moving books, a lot of moderns. I'm not really talking about that. I'm talking about the older books where the values go up. And those are usually the blue chip keys. Prices are going up. We're repricing the books as fast as we can. And if you want to get some deals before they go up, don't try to negotiate a lower price, because you're going to get burned. If you really wanted that book and you're trying to, this is a different market now. 2021 was a different market. It's just like the housing market. It changed. I'm a real estate agent as well as my other businesses. A few years ago, sellers could do anything they want and demand anything they want. Nowadays, sellers have to give everything away, and buyers can demand anything they want. It is the same with comic books. For the last 5 years, buyers could just say anything they want. And now the demand is going up. Now the prices are going up, and sellers are going to be raising the prices. So just be aware. And I'm not saying you need to jump through hoops to get the book. Wait on the book. Maybe it's not that critical, whatever. Just be aware that we are on that curve. It was going down, and it has flattened out, and it has already gone up. And I was saying it's going to go up quick because of the speed of data. It's never going to go back to all the dealers wanted to be even. It's not going to do that. It went and it's going back up. You see the boom in the card market. You see the boom in the sports card market. You see the boom in collectibles. A lot of people are saying we're in a huge bubble right now. Comic books hasn't gone up as much as the cards have. Comic books is lagging. The comic book boom is a steadier investment than some of the cards that vacillate, are volatile too much. Comic books are an older, they've been around 50 years. A lot of these cards have only been 20 years old. So comic books have a longer, more mature market. And that's why they don't jump up and fluctuate as quick as these Pokemons and sports cards have been around for years. So that's kind of a different story. But I think right now, what is the manga and Pokemon? Those are the things that are going through the roof. And Logan Paul is making millions off of some of the cards. Anyways, as a dealer, we're raising prices as fast as we can. We can't keep up with pricing all of our books unless you have some great way to do that. But thought it'd be interesting to let you know. Happy hunting, guys.